Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Own the Moment podcast. My name is TJ Lasig. I'm the co founder and CEO here at OTM, and it is an exciting time as we are now less than 3 weeks away from the first NFL Sunday of the 2023 football season. And we've got a lot going on here at Own the Moment. So I'm going to break a little bit of that down for you today, specifically talking through the relaunch of our flagship fantasy football game, the Owners Club, also known as TOC. TOC is a fun, innovative way to play fantasy football using digital trading cards. And on this podcast, I'm going to briefly summarize the TOC game while also giving my top 3 reasons why I think you should play the game and go ahead and buy your first TOC pack today as we have officially hit the public sale. And just to kind of set the stage a little bit and a little bit of a spoiler, my 3 reasons for playing this game are going to be number one, the unique scoring format that comes with TOC, where we're using team plus position combinations. I'll dive more into that. Number two is the community driven nature of the Owners Club game via our peer to peer marketplace, as well as the possibility for trading. And then number three is going to just kind of be a personal ask to support myself and a team that I feel has continued to deliver and innovate in this space over the past 2+ years. And I just think we have a really cool product here, a really fun game here, and I hope all of you enjoy it and support the game and have some fun with us this football season. All right, let's dive on in there. So, we ran the inaugural season of TOC 2 years ago, and the first version of the game was an NFT based fantasy football game that lived on the Polygon blockchain and involved actual NFTs. It was a really, really fun game, incredible experience. Had over 2,000 unique people play the game over the course of the season. Ended up distributing just shy of $2 million in prizes throughout the season. And after a year off, this year we're bringing the game back, and we're bringing it back in a new and improved way. The user experience is awesome. And also, as a part of this, we've eliminated any of the blockchain elements. So, no more blockchain complexity with the Owners Club game, no more NFTs, no more MetaMask wallets and bridging and all of that complicated stuff. It's simply a game that exists on the OTM platform, and you can go ahead and check it out at www.otmnft.com/TOC. So, what is the Owners Club? In the Owners Club game, you buy packs of digital trading cards, and then you use these cards to compete every single week in free to enter weekly contests. Now, one of the first unique elements of TOC, and I'm going to dive into this more, is that you score fantasy points for your entire position group and not just for individual players. Each TOC card represents a team and a position in football, and then that card scores points for all of the players in that position group. For example, if you play the Cincinnati wide receiver card, you will then score points for all of the Bengals wide receivers. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and any other wide receiver on the team that scores points in a given week, the Cincinnati wide receiver card will score for all of them. And this really creates a setup where there's no injuries, no backup running backs or tight ends, vulturing touchdowns. Truly a game where you score points on every play and makes it a very simplified way to play fantasy football. Quick programming note, TOC packs are available now for public sale. You can purchase them today for $99. Each pack contains 5 cards, which gets you one of each position. So 1 quarterback, 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 1 defense. And it also consists of 4 base tier cards and then 1 rare card. After you own these cards, you can then use them, again, every single week this football season to compete in one of our 4 weekly contests. Each of these contests has a max entry of 5 lineups per user. They require either 5 cards to play or 2 cards to play. And so in total, you have the ability to put 70 TOC cards to use each and every week, all season long. We're also running a buy five, get one free special for the entirety of the TOC pack sales period. So this means that for every 5 packs that you buy, you get an additional pack free. Users are eligible to take advantage of this deal unlimited times. So you buy 10 packs, you're going to get 2 packs free. 15, 3 packs free, etc., etc. No limit to how many times you can take advantage of the deal. And then finally, we're also going to be releasing starter packs next week, which allows you to get started in the game completely for free. Anybody is going to be eligible to claim one free starter pack. We're going to be releasing these next Tuesday, August 29th, and it's going to be a part of our big launch. So make sure you check out the OTM Twitter account at Own the Moment NFT. Keep an eye out there. We've already got our big Twitter spaces set up. We're going to be doing a pack party on YouTube afterwards. We're also going to be doing a poker game. So next Tuesday, August 29th, going to be kind of a big reveal here, and all hands on deck leading into the final week up to week 1 of the NFL season. So that's kind of the high level overview there. To learn more about the game, check out the website. Again, otmnft.com/TOC. We've also got plenty of content on the Own the Moment YouTube channel. So this includes game introductions, TOC strategy shows, position by position breakdowns from my co-founder and fantasy football guru, Justin Herzig. Lots of good stuff going on there. So make sure you not only subscribe to this podcast, but also subscribe to the Own the Moment YouTube channel. All right. Without further ado, now I'm going to dive into my 3 reasons why I think TOC is awesome and why I think you, as the listener of this podcast, should go ahead and give it a shot. Number 1, and I already touched on this briefly, but it's the team plus position scoring. And we did a tweet probably a couple weeks ago at this point about what people loved about TOC the first time around. And this team plus position scoring kind of came away as the runaway of the number 1 reason that people liked the game. And I think there's 3 reasons within this bucket why the team plus position scoring makes it cool and makes it unique. Number 1 is that it just makes the game really easy to play. Right? Fantasy football has become quite complex at this point. There's so many players in the league. It's hard to keep track of who's on what team, who's on the depth chart, like who's the 3rd and 4th wide receivers on a certain team, how many running backs are a part of each team's backfield. And with the Owners Club, all of that gets simplified because all you have to do is pick the position group from a given team. You don't need to know all the nuance and ins and outs of each specific player. And I think that really makes it a easy onboarding game for people that maybe aren't the biggest fantasy football gurus of all time. And you can still find a way to get a fun sweat on Sunday without having to do hours and hours and hours of research every single week. So that's the number 1 point. Number 2 is no injuries, right? I mean, I think one of the most annoying parts of fantasy football is when you spend draft capital on a player and then they get injured. And then once they get injured, you don't score points anymore, right? So you draft Christian McCaffrey in your fantasy football league and Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, you're pretty screwed for the rest of the season. Whereas in the Owners Club game, if you have the San Francisco running back card and Christian McCaffrey gets injured, obviously that's a hit to the card and going to make it less valuable because CMC is the best running back in the league. However, you're not completely dead, right? You still have Elijah Mitchell. You still have the remainder of the 49ers backfield, and you still have access to the kind of scheme of that offense. And the thesis being that whoever the San Francisco running back is, they're going to be a good play in fantasy and they're going to score fantasy points. So I think that's a fun, and again, like easy element of TOC is that you don't have to worry about these injuries. And then the third one on a similar note is no backup running backs, backup tight ends stealing, vulturing touchdowns. I mean, is there anything worse than watching a football game on a Sunday? You're sitting on your couch, right? And say you've got Rashad Penny as your starting running back on the Eagles. The Eagles march down the field. Rashad Penny's having a great drive. They get down to the 2 yard line. And all of a sudden, Boston Scott is in the backfield, and Boston Scott runs in a touchdown and steals the 6 fantasy points right out of Rashad Penny's hands. I mean, the number of times that I've been frustrated by that is endless. The good news is with TOC, you'd still get those Philadelphia running back points. It doesn't matter if it's Rashad Penny, DeAndre Swift, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell running it into the end zone. You get those points no matter what, and you save yourself that massive tilt of having a backup running back vulture the touchdown from right in front of you. And likewise, we see this a lot with some random like second and third string tight ends. One of my favorite parts about TOC the first time around was when there's a touchdown that happens on red zone or wherever, and all you're seeing on Twitter is like, "Welp, that helped nobody," right? Because some irrelevant guy just scored a touchdown, and of course you didn't start him in fantasy. Of course you don't have him in your DraftKings or FanDuel lineup. But you know where you do have access to those players is the owners club. So you get those second and third string tight ends. They score a touchdown from the 1 yard line. You're still scoring fantasy points. Again, super, super simple. Score fantasy points on every single play. To me, the team plus position combination element of the owners club makes it truly unique and just a ton of fun to play. The number 2 reason why I think you should play the owners club is the community driven nature of the game, a lot of which comes through the marketplace transactions and the potential to trade within the platform, right? So once you own cards that you get in packs, not only can you use them in the weekly lineups, but you can also use them to buy and sell on the marketplace and potentially in the future trade directly with another user. This was just an awesome element to the platform in the first go around of the game. And I think it continues to be a core piece of the Owners Club and also in general, what we are trying to accomplish here at Own the Moment, right? Our mission at OTM is to create a fun, innovative, community driven fantasy football platform, fantasy sports platform. And the Owners Club sits at the core of this as our flagship product. When I think about fantasy football, right? Fantasy football started as a fun way to, play with 10, 11 of your buddies, talk smack as you're playing against the person each week. And a lot of what has happened in the fantasy football space, I feel like that's gotten a bit lost in the mix over the past couple of years. It's become so hyper competitive with DFS, with people running all of these computer algorithms to optimize their lineups and simulate different football slates. Like, right? What happened to just enjoying fantasy football with my friends? And what we are doing with the Owners Club and what we are doing with our ecosystem here at Own the Moment is trying to get back to the root of that 10, 12-person home league, that fun, community driven vibe, and scale that across hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands users. So if you're in fantasy football for the fun of the game, for the glory of the game, I think this is just a great reason to play. It's also a fun game that you can join with friends, play with friends, compete with friends. And the way we've structured the game is that how it works is the more TOC packs that get sold, the bigger the prize pool becomes. So what this does is create aligned incentives between the user base and myself and the rest of the team, right? More users leads to more packs sold, which leads to bigger prize pools, which means everybody wins. With that in mind, if you've already gone out and bought some TOC packs, now's a great time to get some of your buddies into the mix, right? Get some new players into the ecosystem because we're all in this together and we're looking to grow this game together. And my third and final point here, and this is kind of, more of a personal note, but the number 3 reason why I think you should play the Owners Club this season is because you'd be supporting a team that has really been working tremendously hard in this space for the past 2.5 years. And in my biased view, has really delivered and created a level of innovation in the space that not a lot of other people have been able to accomplish. And I'm really proud of everything that we've been able to do here at Own the Moment. Over the past 2.5 years, we've evolved many different times. We've built many different platforms, and I'm really proud of all the awesome products that we've built and also this incredible community that we've been able to foster together with all of you. And right now, when you look at the Own the Moment team, we're a small but mighty group. There's only four of us. We've got myself, we've got my brother Neil, who is the absolute mastermind doing all of the development work for these games. And then we've got two of my best friends, Justin Herzig and Coop. And that's it, right? That's the team that we are working with here. So, again, super proud of what we've been able to build and deliver as such a small team. And I like what we've done. I think our stuff is fun. I think it's really cool. And I think you'll think it's cool too. And that's really the bottom line, right? Like, I think we've put something out there that I can stand behind. And I think you should give the game a shot. Simply put, if you have not yet purchased a TOC pack, for $99, you can buy one pack and then you can play the main event the entire season. So you get an entire season of entertainment for just $99. And of course, you have the chance to win big as a part of that. Again, we're also going to be releasing our starter packs in the near future. So if you're not quite ready to buy a pack just yet, next Tuesday, you'll be able to get started for free. But yeah, that's my ask to all of you. Give it a shot. It's a fun game, it's a fun community. I think you'll like it. I mean, the pack opening experience is super cool. And for just 99 bucks, I mean, why not, right? Why not give it a shot? You play all season long. And I'm just super stoked to continue building here, continue iterating. And that's my third reason why I think you should play TOC. To recap here, my three reasons why I think you should play TOC. Number one, the team plus position scoring format just creates an awesome sweat and gameplay experience, allowing you to score points on every single play this football season. Number two, the community driven element of the game via the marketplace, via trading, and overall, this concept of bringing back the fun in fantasy football, bringing back the vibes of that 10, 12 person home league, and scaling that to the entire Owners Club community. And then number three, supporting a team that's building and innovating in this space, and a team that, quite frankly, is not going anywhere. This is my life's mission at this point. I am super passionate about what we are doing. The rest of the team is super passionate about what we are doing, and we're not stopping anytime soon. So would love for you to join us on this journey, support the cause. Again, $99 gets you one pack that allows you to buy into the main event and play all season long. And there we have it. Thanks for giving this podcast a listen. And if you've made it this far, I do have just three simple asks for you. Number one, head on over to otmnft.com/TOC and buy your first pack today. Support the cause. Fun game. You're going to like it. Reach out to me directly if you have any questions or concerns. But again, otmnft.com/TOC. Scoop up that first pack as they are now on public sale. Number two, mark your calendar for next Tuesday, August 29th. This is when we're going to be having our big starter pack launch party. It's going to include a Twitter Spaces. It's going to include a YouTube pack party. It's going to include a mega poker game at night. So next Tuesday, August 29th, save the date. Going to be a big day here in the OTM ecosystem. And then number three, subscribe to the podcast. Follow me on Twitter at TJL5124DFS. Follow the company on Twitter at OwnTheMomentNFT. And if you feel so inclined, if you enjoyed this show, if you enjoy everything that we're offering at Own the Moment, everything that we're offering with the Owners Club, bring a friend on into the mix. You know, tell one friend about Own the Moment, tell one friend about the Owners Club, and let's do this together. Let's build this game out to be the best that it can be. And I'm looking forward to continuing to do my best to lead the charge for all of you. And let's have the most fun fantasy football season that we've had yet. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you listening. Truly, the support means the world to me. Such an awesome community of people. And Yeah, I mean, I'm so pumped for the season, and we're almost here. So let's do it. Thanks, everyone. Until next time, I'll see you later.